Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be continuing our adventure from last time. Now we did get killed in our big quest, and it determines that you lose the quest item when that happens, which is fair. But, you know, it's fair. We actually mapped a very large percentage of that area, so I still consider this a win because we don't have to backtrack over all of that ground. I would have done something like that anyway, but we are gonna head back there, just not absolutely immediately. So what we are gonna do right now is we're gonna go to our usual run. We're gonna go look for blessings, and then we're gonna convert our off guilds into fighting guilds, because there's no reason not to go in with our best equipment for a quest like this, you know. We did it with both an explorer and a cleric, so if we switch them off to warriors, we'll have a much better time. So that is what is gonna happen. So yeah, we're gonna go at it full force. Because we're going to probably spend a decent portion of the time pinned anyway, so efficient leveling is completely out the window, as it is. So, you know, that's how it is going to be. Not that I don't think I could do it with this party. I think we more than proved that we could, but you know, we definitely fought our way through things that should have killed us dozens of times over, but we don't have to make it harder on ourselves. This is an important quest. Let's go at full force. And I'm sure we'll go back and stomp around on other guilds, you know, just not immediately. We are also probably tackling this much earlier than we specifically need to. You know, we could be hundreds of levels higher than we are, I'm sure.
Cool.
I don't feel the impetus to need to wait that long, so I won't. But, you know, thought I saw flavor text. I guess I'm tripping. But I think we have what it takes to win with what we have. It's just a matter of going in it with the right setup. Oh yeah, this is also serving as a wake-up for me. It's been a while since I had my last session. That ran pretty long. So, yeah. A little slower paced beginning might help get things going. I expect the entire adventure is going to be spicy enough. That should be this whole area cleared, and now we're going to move off and check out the mythical zone, of course. You met your cousin. He was out in the swamp. I'm sure we'll go say hi again. And we do have to go back in that direction anyway. I didn't really expect to find one, but you know, we have found them before, so we'll keep looking. I mean, it's also possible that we find one while we're there, because all of those gorgons and whatnot can also have them. Yeah, we're gonna go pin out real quick. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a bounty. Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything special. We're gonna pin out pretty easily. We did it. Alright. Oh, actually, that was a mistake. Because we're gonna be switching off on our gears. So, let's get people uncursed. And let's start switching our gear over. Okay, that's one character settled. Let's start that. Oh, where's our boots? Let's get our boots involved. Just to figure it out. There we go. Well, we are geared up. Let's see what we got offered. A Flame Dragoon. Okay. We're gonna actually turn that in. We'll drop that off there in the pool. There we go. Cool. Everyone all outfitted. I'd say as good as we can be. Come. Well, this should be a moderately different experience than the first time. We are also going to check a different mystery, by the way. That was a little unpleasant, but you know, we're fine. Let's pop this out for people. Let's make sure it still makes sense. Here we are. Okay. So we are here on the bridge that led down there, right? We also found this right here. Oh. Well, okay. That's fine. Well, that's a way of getting in here. It's not the other way. So there's a second way of getting in here. So that's what this is. Alright. Oh, did it not save that? Okay, then we can still do this. I guess it didn't. You can't save your position in there. That's fine. We know how to get in there. We'll still have an easier time regardless because we don't have... We have better guilds and we don't have to map everything. But yeah, we're gonna methodically tear our way through here. We've already mapped it for the most part. We know where we need to go. And this is going to extinguish us, but there's nothing we can do about it. But we can cast our stuff again. So let's deal with that. Nope, first dragon acquire. I see a nice prince down there. That's definitely not what we want to deal with. Can I just not deal with it? That's a dragoon. We don't need to deal with that. Oh, that's right. We already solved this mystery. A lot of this is smoke and mirrors. What you need to do is go through the top. What is nice is that we have a $2 million penalty to break off, so at least this character is going to have something good going on with it. At least someone's getting a benefit out of this journey. You should try to get through the quagmire to meet with Dog of Demise. Be alarmed, he is a friendly giant, so Terry points downwards. There's a way to the quagmire via the waters below. Once there, do not tarry. Look for the center of the cross of lights. It marks one of the entrances to Boris's cave. The northern tunnel leads to Dog. She pauses, looking at you reflectively. Don't mess with Boris. He dispatched his keeper a few years ago and has been imprisoned here ever since. Well, goodbye, Satori. I'm gonna open your treasure chest. I'm sorry, puppies. Although I guess they're lions. I'm less worried about lions. Hmm. There we go. We got a couple more dragons. Well, we're back to the swamp. Now we do need to escape, but I might check out that right side. I do suspect that the place that we need is through that northern section. I don't really want to be going through these guys, but I do want to get into those tunnels, so... Well, we had an easier time of it than last time. What's going on in here? Yeah, Death Adders again, huh? Well. Well, they definitely have some spin on them. But you can tell how much easier this went by just having 2 more warriors, because this didn't take us 10 minutes this time. If you just want to stay out of range, our dragons will eat you alive. So that's kind of a mistake on your own part. I suppose I could also help. Oh wow, one of your dragons actually got tickled. Alright. Gonna be more of these. Oh, it's Slither. Okay. I thought it was the Death Adders. This is actually significantly nicer than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I suspect that the way out is through that northern section that you have to go through Boris's lair to get to. So I'm going to check out this right section as we pass by it. I don't know what's going on in this room yet, but I suspect it's not a way out. Well, the first of our friends is of course pinned. Let's start on the edge. It's bottom feeders, okay. It won't be a problem, these things aren't even that dangerous. As long as we refresh the air of our dragons regularly, we'll be okay. I mean, it would be better still if they decided they didn't want to actually fight. So there's no advantage for them or for us, you know? So there is a lock on this door that we need a key for. Okay, so it's something we come back for. But we know about it. So we'll be back here at some point. That's all that matters. An obsidian obscutcheon, huh? Well, I am glad that this is going to be a side area or a progression thing, rather than being where we're supposed to go, because I can write this off on our current explorations. I'm just gonna make sure I cover all the ground in case there's just a random quest item. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Okay. I don't know what's up with this room, but let's look at it. Oh, okay. Just a room full of bottom feeders. Same. Okay. So this one's sorted. Come check out this other room. I doubt it goes anywhere either, but we're gonna look at it. Puff adders, I believe. There's some more black flies. Okay, so we've stepped on every square so far. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen sooner or later. Yeah, it wasn't too bad once we started making inroads on the group. There's also a chance that this loops around to that northern area, that is actually possible. And if it does that, then of course we're gonna backtrack and go get the thing. But in a general sense, there's not the most point in going there until we know we're on the right track. So... And on a positive note, at least this doesn't have any Ice Lords in it. It's the Ice Lords that are the problem currently. I think that their best ice spell just does more damage than all the fire spells put together, you know? see, always are a problem. But having warriors does make a big difference. This might actually loop all the way around looking at this. It's probably not the way out, but it might be a way out. That's fine. Gross. Oh, well, your dragons aren't looking too healthy. Let's see if we can fix that a bit. They are helping, so let's stick with that.
Cool.
So yeah, that does loop around. As you can see, it connects to that other stairwell. So we have our confirmation. We can just get back there if we want to. So. We are instead going to go this way. We're going to go get our dog, and then we're going to return this way. Wow, you guys are pretty far away. Yeah, we're gonna go get Dog. We know the way the gate is there, so it's this way. Come on. Oh, we got our Dog. Yeah, we've already beaten this guy. We don't have to do it again right now. We can come back anytime we want to. We can come say hi, but we don't need to deal with that on this quest. Okay. We got our stuff. We are going to mosey this way. Now we are going to cut across the top there and head back to the area we were exploring, because I do imagine it all meets up here, but you know, I want to continue in that angle. As you can see, it's converging. Like, convergence is at hand, and no one is ready for it. That's a way through the floor, but not a way through up. I'm just gonna make sure that this connects back up to there. I do believe it does, but you know, it doesn't hurt to make sure that we haven't locked ourselves into this path. It's fine either way. We could still get the other way if we wanted to. It would just be moderately inconvenient. Yep, see, it does. A strong companion. Hello, lava. Don't really want to deal with lava, unfortunately. Yeah, even though as a hallway is low, we don't need to overcommit. That's what I'm learning. I'm actually surprised that she survived that, to be honest. I don't actually know where they were attacking us from, though. That's what was throwing me off. I was like, I'd happily kill you guys if I could figure out where you were standing. Oh, did you lose a lot of your dragons? That's unfortunate. No wonder it had a little bit of trouble. They probably got meleeed down, I didn't notice. Okay. To be fair, there's not too much they can do here anyway. Everything here is largely immune to their shenanigans anyway. The best thing I did was make alternate targets that couldn't die from the fire. sure entirely what we're looking at in that corner, but, you know. There's also that pathway to the north that we haven't looked at, that we have to go back and loop around for. This looks like a dead end, which is actually perfectly fine with me. Making sure there's nothing on the end that has something secret going on. Good. I wanted a dead end, to be honest. So that is a path we haven't taken. What I want to do is come back and unfortunately go up that north path to see what's going on in there.
Cool.
Yeah, I got mixed up on which way I had to go. I'm sorry, guys. Someone was probably yelling at me. I mean, there's a lot going on, so what can I say? I'm hoping that this just connects to the other one or dead ends. One of those two things. I don't want it to be in the right way. As weird as that sounds to say. Last time we lost because I was incautious, you know. I think we're gonna be okay this time. Yeah, she lost her friend. Hello, friend. I'm actually really happy that this dead ends here. I am going to go this way for a simple reason. Going this way is going to be more annoying, so doing it now, even if it leads to our death, will still be a net positive in the end because of that. Oh, actually, that wasn't even the right way. What I need to do is go in this way. That's fine, that's largely a dead end. I suspected, but you know. It's actually a good thing that we got rid of one of the devils immediately. Ouch. Yeah, both of these tunnels are leading towards the same general area, so I do suspect that they converge, so... I don't think we have what it takes to open that. This is changing up, so I suspect we are correct. That area is going to be absolutely awful to break into if we need to do that. Dangerous updraft. I don't know if that kills us. I mean... Hi! Hello? Well, I did, but I didn't exactly want to do it exactly this way. If that makes sense. I wanted to clear that area, but you know, I can go back again, I suppose. Well, look at that slide. That's crazy. But yeah, this is a different room. I can tell it's different. Yeah, that's definitely spinning a little bit more crazy than I remember it doing. Hello there, alternate place. Well, I don't see a Kutan. I guess he's dead in this universe. But yeah, I ended up losing that run last night, kind of. I got most of it mapped, but then I got trapped in a hallway. It was real tragic. But I came back with warriors. I made it pretty far considering, and I theoretically could have won that way. But yeah, we're gonna clear this place of dangerous enemies, and then we're gonna properly check the floors. Someone tore down the ornaments. That's rude. But not my problem. They're conspicuously absent, huh? Look at that smooth slide over. Well, I made it out, but I don't see the item I had. So I don't know where I lost the book. But maybe I don't need the book. Maybe just bringing it here was enough. Maybe it's not a thing I had to use, maybe it's something I had to bring here. I don't know. Suppose we could return to town and find out what they say. And if we do have to go back, we've already done it. So we've got it mapped out, we don't have to go fast. Let's see what they say. Okay, yep. You have completed the Tavern Keeper's quest. Go see her immediately. Drinks for all on the house. Megan calls out as you enter. Everyone present turns to look at you. They crowd around, trying to shake your hand. Someone raises a drink and offers a loud toast. To the adventurers that toppled the Guild of Guilds. Someone else shouts, and close the portals for good. Eventually, the hubbub subsides enough for you to sit down and tuck into a hearty meal. As you close the bar, Megan comes up to you and gives all of you a hug. It seems I own the crossed swords now, since Maruk's involvement in the business became known to the city. They tore up his lease, and I was able to purchase it at a very reasonable price. To think I worked with him these many years and never had an inkling of his treachery. As you take your farewell, she calls out, I would guess you'll be taking a well-deserved vacation, but know that you'll never have to pay for your food and drink here for as long as I'm in charge. It was a rambunctious evening according to all accounts. Not that you recall much about it. The next day, as you are finishing a rather nicely baked snook in rosemary pie, you are about ready to savor a second pint of quiet river porter. A gangly youth comes up to you and hands you a rather damp note. The ink has run, but you can read it well enough. I have an urgent message from Dog. You don't say. He's sitting in my pocket, you guys. What's this urgent message that he can't say to me but somehow can stand in the corner looking at me? Please tell me. Come visit as soon as you can. Find me near the memorial to the lost Lemurian. It is signed L. That would be fine if you knew where there was a memorial, let alone one to a lost Lemurian. Asking around, the only information you get is a suggestion you revisit the open areas to the northeast of town. Huh. Well, Dog, I'm really glad you were able to send this message without talking to me. Thank you. I am not at max HP. That's nice. We have gained. We have gone beyond, and we've gotten something new. Darkagon's Molt. Is this a new general purpose leather? That's actually pretty nice. Not too shabby. Now, one thing of note is that we lost one of our last laps along the way. So that's a little unfortunate. I guess we'll pass over yours into here. And We'll grab our smile again. Tragic. You sure I can't just talk to you here, dog? I transferred to mercenary a couple of weeks ago. Let him live, cause I was feeling generous. He tells me this cockamamie tale about escaping from the clutches of some ancient worms from Sama. Gibberish mostly. I told him he could get at with those via those flues. Fair enough. Oh wow. I thought that might be the final one. Does that lift the restrictions on the teleporting too? For those areas? I haven't even been back in yet. Because maybe it was the portal keeping it from letting us get in there. No. As fun as having Dog with me is, I want to get his full data, so we're going to drop him off in the pool for a while. I'm sure we could go visit him and he'll join again. Him and his 87 cousins. Let's see how well we can go meet up with Dog when he's sitting in confinement. He didn't want to talk to us. That's really what it comes down to. But yeah, we're gonna level up, of course. Now, do we want to switch off this or go take care of something, whatever this is? So we got to go up to the northeast section of town. Not town, but area. So let's go. Well, first I'm going to take a couple minute break, and then we're going to dive into this. But we succeeded at our mission fully. So y'all take care for a couple minutes, and then we will explore that area. Take care.